All right, what we're going to learn how to do today is this. We're going to learn how to graph two systems of equations and then check for the solution after graphing those two solutions, okay? So I have two equations. The first equation I'm going to graph is going to be y equals 3x minus 4. And then the other equation I have is y equals negative 2x plus 1. And so what I want to see is at what point do these two intersect, if at all they intersect. Okay, so we go ahead and graph this first one here, y equals 3x minus 4. So I'm going to go ahead and start the y-intercept, which is negative 4. I'm going to put a point right there. And then I'm going to use the slope, which is 3. So that means I'm going to go up 3, and I'm going to go right 1. Okay, I'm going to keep following that pattern. I'm going to go up 3, I'm going to go right 1. I'm going to go one more time, up 3, right 1. Okay, I'm going to use a straight edge. Connect that to make that line so we can see it there. Okay, it's a little off center. It'll work though. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph y equals negative 2x plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and start at plus 1 because that's where the y-intercept is. I'm going to follow this slope of negative 2. So that means I'm going to go down 2. I'm going to go right 1. So it's right there. I'm going to go down 2 and right 1. Go down 2 and right 1. Opposite of going down 2, right 1 is going up 2, left 1. Up 2, left 1. Okay. Again, I'm going to use my straight edge here. And I'm going to connect those to make that line. Okay. So then what I want to look for is I want to look for the line at the point where there's a line, where the two lines intersect. And that would be this location right here. All right. So in order to find that, I need to go ahead and have the x value and the y value. So x value and y value, and I'm going to name those coordinate points. So right here is the point. So I go up here, and this is where the x value is. That x value, I can't see it, but it is a 1. And then to find the y value, I go over here and look at the y-axis and see what the value is there, and that's a negative 1. So the solution for this one is 1, negative 1. All right. Let's go ahead and look at another one. I have two equations, y equals negative 2x minus 3, and I have y equals 2x plus 5. First equation, negative 2x minus 3, I'm going to start at negative 3 because that's the y-intercept. I'm going to go down 2, and I'm going to go right 1 because that's what the slope of negative 2 does. I can't go down 2 and right 1 anymore, so I'm going to have to go the opposite, which is up 2 and left 1. Up 2 and left 1, up 2 and left 1, up 2 and left 1. Okay. And again, if I use my straight edge, I went over 2 on that last one. Connect my line like so. Now I'm going to go ahead and graph this next one, y equals 2x plus 5. So when I graph that one, I notice the y-intercept is positive 5, so I'm going to start there. The slope is a positive 2x, so I'm supposed to go up 2 and right 1, but I don't have any room, so I'm going to have to just do the opposite on this one. So I'm going to have to go down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. Oh, found my location where they intersect. Down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. Okay. So again, draw my line in here. Looking at seeing where they intersect, which happens to be this location right here. So again, I'm going to give an x value and a y value. So I need to find that x value. So to find that x value, I go down below. I see that the line is on a negative 2 for x, because that's down here. I go over here to check the y value, to where the y-axis, and I see that it's a 1. So the solution for this one is negative 2, 1. Okay. Then I got one more example that I want to show you. Y equals 2/3 x, and then y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. For this first one, I go to graph it. I have to start at the y-intercept, but I notice there's nothing after that. So that means that the y-intercept is at my origin. So my first one for this first graph is going to go right at the origin because there is no y-intercept right here. So I just follow this pattern. I'm going to go up 2, and I'm going to go right 3. I cannot go up 2 and right 3 again, so I'm going to go back to where I started at the origin. I'm going to go down 2 and left 3. As a result, I end up with these points right here and this line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and graph the second one now. Negative 2/3 x plus 4, so I'm going to go ahead and start at positive 4 because that's the y-intercept. I'm going to go down 2 and I'm going to go right 3. All right. I can't go down 2 and right 3 anymore, so I'm just going to have to be able to just use these 2 points, which is good for this one because I have a point of intersection. That point of intersection is right there. So then what I do is I look for the x value first, and then I'm going to look for the y value. So the x value on this one is a 3. It's down below. The y value, when I look over to the left, is a 2. So the solution for this one is 3, 2. All right. You're going to be doing your practice in your book on page 234. Whoop. Thing doesn't want to zoom out. Okay. 234, you're going to do A and B on your practice. So on page 234, A and B is going to be your practice.